Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to talk about our recent merger and how we are going to bring both teams together in an updated, faster, more friendlier work environment. As we all know, we are in a building that is a national and local historical landmark. We are therefore not permitted to make any changes to the structure or the look of the building beyond that which would become more safe for our use. Keeping that in mind, I have a few ideas that some may find radical, but I will be happy to explain my decision on these. The total is going to be rather expensive, a little bit over $100,000, but in the long run, after 10 years, it's about a $10,000 investment per year before we ever need to upgrade. So let's get started. I have chosen Dell to outfit us with our new systems, as opposed to hand building, for many reasons. One being that each of the parts will be meticulously put into the machine and warranted. And until the 3 years is up, it'll save me time so that I have more time available to work out kinks here and there and implement new software that we come across as needing. So, to get going with these new systems, they're each going to have 4 gigs of RAM, a 512 meg Radeon video card, which is decent for gaming, but for the business world, this is top of the line. Everything we do with Photoshop is going to require lots of graphics, and we're going to need a dedicated graphics processing unit in order to do this and to make it look well. This Radeon card will do this and more. The 4 gigs of RAM is simple. 1 gig of RAM is dedicated for Windows operating system. At any one time, we will also have an accounting program running, which will require 512 megs, as well as 2 security programs running, each one requiring 250, for a total of 1.75 gigabytes of RAM at any one time. That's before anything else that one of our associates may need to do. This allows 2.25 gigabytes free. What does this mean to the layman? This is the equivalent of giving Arnold Schwarzenegger speed and steroids at the same time. You have super strength and super speed all at once. This is why I've chosen these computers. Right now we are running on an outmoded server with system software that's almost as old as, if not older than, that server. This will not do. Not only is it ugly and slow and non-productive, but it will not work with a Windows 7 64-bit operating system. For this reason, I have decided to go with the ProLiant server. The server, though seemingly expensive at first, saves us money by being upgradable for the next 20 years, has dual Xenon processors, which, I mean, there's just no getting into that one. That's like each one is an i7 processor, which your kids have at home in their gaming computers. 2 in each one of these 2 processors in this system. We're going to save a lot more money in the fact that we will be transferring all hard drives from the server, as well as all computers that we will be scrapping out to donations into this server. So we will have unlimited storage without having to pay for unlimited storage along with the server. So the price is covered. Now, when we get down to business, we need printers. I've decided for 10 of them. And before anybody asks any questions, I'll let you know they are refurbished. These are professionally refurbished by the company. At $88 a piece, there's no reason not to go with them. These printers run for $200 plus a pop. Normally, we're going to get them at $88 each with a 1-year warranty. These are LaserJet wireless printers, 1 per 5 employees. This will limit the time needed to stand around waiting on your turn at the printer, and being wireless, they won't even have to get up. Simple. Now, when we get to server to workstation networking, this can be easily taken care of with reasonable speeds with Ethernet cable. But due to the fact that we are in a historical building, we are not allowed to lay Ethernet cable everywhere. And even if we were, it's unsightly, and people trip and it becomes a hazard. Instead, we're going to be using a new technology called PowerLine. Not only is it way faster, with Ethernet reaching 100 megs a second, what I'm proposing is 200 megabytes per second service between the server and the computer. This is lightning fast. This is faster than most, if any of you have ever even seen online at home. Take, for example, your son or daughter's Xbox. It communicates wirelessly at 30 megs a second. And you've seen some of the things your kids can do on these systems today. Now multiply that by 6 plus a little bit more. That will be the speed to which our server can communicate with each computer. Now, I've heard that marketing wants some graphic design software so that they can take care of any kind of design needs a client might have and handle our advertising in-house. This is fine, but keep in mind this is going to be expensive. I've chosen Adobe's Photoshop CS5, the newest running Photoshop available, and I've chosen it for 5 marketing computers. This is going to be a very staggering price of $8,910. But when you think about the cost of advertising nowadays and outsourcing for graphic design on a client's paperwork, it'll pay for itself within a year, guaranteed. All in all, I've covered all the bases. In the handout that you've been shown, you have everything summarized up, easy enough for anyone to understand, along with screenshots of all the hardware in figure 1.1, 2.3, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5. All of this shows all the hardware I've discussed today in this brief moment, and it discusses all the specifications on software and how everything will work together. Any further questions can be relayed to the IT department, and I'll get to you as quickly as possible, keeping in mind that we are merging 2 companies together in a new building, so I will be very busy. Thank you and have a great day.